evening, everyone. So, Jaya and I are going live with a very special person today, another coaching circle participant. And so, Jaya and I were having this conversation that initially, live session, oh my God, what to wear, how to talk, how to go about it. And it's been such a beautiful journey that we have started looking forward to it. And I would invite Chandani to talk a little bit about herself.
Uh, so I'm Chandani Kapoor, and I educationally have got my master's in psychology from Mumbai University, and I have also done a postgraduate diploma in counseling from NCERT. And post that, I've been working in the space of school, dealing with school children for some time. And then I've been associated with a very reputed counseling firm in Mumbai. And I've been with them for a long time. It's a long association. We are into counseling of all sorts, majorly into careers. But I also have, works in the space of personal counseling, dealing with certain emotional issues or behavioral aspects as well. And also, this company works in the space of soft skills training. So I've been actively involved with, the content development. It's a very, project-based content that we kind of work on. So project-based content development and also, facilitating during the training programs. Then I also wanted to venture into emotional intelligence. That has been a very close thing to me. I've attended a FICCI certificate course long time ago, but wasn't really, aware of how to kind of bring it in because EQ and EI was not a big thing at that time. But probably I just used a bit of it for myself in my personal life. Then I got to know about this very, good institute in Thane, Equipoise. So I did my certification from there and then got into emotional and social learning space in our school where we are kind of facilitating over there for the SEL program. And now I'm trying to, venture out into a different territory, which looks very interesting. You both have given me a peek into that. That's coaching. So, and I'm really happy about this space. And what I bring to the table is, I think, in all my interactions, maybe professionally or personally, I feel, and that is what from my side I try to, and I've also got a lot of feedback from others that I give them a very balanced kind of a perspective to different things, especially when they approach me with a problem or issue. Even friends, in personal space also, I, but that they are comfortable speaking to me. I think I'm able to give them some wisdom, some value, some safe space, and I hope they are able to move out of the space with me with some joy and some encouragement to go ahead with. And I'm looking forward to this coaching space now. Actually, very happy and so about that.
Whoa, give a that's round of applause.
Such a wonderful and a beautiful career path that you have, and such varied one, Chandani. I didn't know this.
Yeah. I know a bit about both of you as well, but I would really like to know what got you into this space now. I know you both didn't start from this space, and I've seen earlier, so I know a little bit about where you came from. But I want to know why you are in this space and what is exciting for you both in this.
So, shall I go first, Somrita? Is that okay?
Perfect.
So, I would like to thank the space where we have been connected to from. That's Equipoise and Dr. Sandeep Kirkar and Dr. Sudha Shrikant. So we have that connection, all of the three of us for that matter, and I'm grateful that we could meet on this platform. And about me, I have a roller coaster of my own space of corporate journey, and so I have been into corporates for 12 years, working in varied spaces, from retail to HR to investment banking, and then I just was like too much of corporate 9 to 5 thing was not me. I realized that, and luckily, fortunately for me, everything fell in place. Everything was in harmony where could change, my space of and where my passion belonged. So it's always, as a child, I always used to see my mom, who's a teacher, to be in that space of teaching, and again, I did not want to be a typical teacher. So I chose a space of learning and development, and that's where I completed my. I got back to my education. I completed my master's in human development, and then I did a lot of professional development courses from various institutes. I'm also a certified counselor now. I've done my PG counseling from TISS Mumbai, and fortunately I have been invited as guest faculty there as well, and currently I'm associated with a college in Mumbai, where I'm an assistant professor. I take up postgraduate programs in early childhood education and diploma programs in early childhood education, and this space of coaching circle is, again, thanks to the, I love the topic you've selected, Chandi. We are still to hit that topic, but I'm actually, that brings us together. That's the harmony that I've found. And Somrita, beautifully came in the right time. She says this, that I came in, but I think it's for both of us. The time was so harmonious. We blended so beautifully. Our ideas blended so beautifully. Hey, I can see Rupali here. Hi, Rupali. I'm so sorry for the diversion, but yeah, so that's what brought us together. Our value systems matched. They were in harmony with what we want to do. We want to reach out to the community. We want to reach out to people and help them grow and reach within. Bring that harmony within. Once you are in harmony space, if when you're in sync with yourself, with your own being, I think your natural gifts and talents come out beautifully. So that's how this came about, and this is how we are associated. And thank you, Chandni, for believing in us, because you are one of the first people of our first coaching batches who have believed in us and come together with us. So thank you.
Wow. Listening to both of you, I'm like, अब मैं क्या बोलूं?
What comes to you, Somrita?
Yeah, I love this question giving back to her. What comes to you?
This is beautiful, and that is why I'm borrowing it, and I'm probably going to use it a lot now.
So thank you so much for the people who have joined us on Zoom. And sorry if you see me a little distracted, because I keep looking at the Facebook profile. And those who have joined us in the live, thank you so much for joining in today. So every Thursdays we are going live, Jaya and me. And so we majorly talk about our novel program, which is Coaching Circle. And it's been very, very special journey for the last couple of weeks, where we have been bringing in each of our participants. So today's session is very, very beautiful for a couple of things. I think the way Coaching Circle started, I think one of the first person who had come and spoke to me about coaching was Chandani. So, somewhere, so I always wanted to, come up with something like this, where I wanted people to experience coaching. But I think when you came and asked, so it did bring that thought from the subconscious to the conscious. And then beautifully, Jaya, when you start thinking about it, then beautifully Jaya came in. We started talking about it. We reached out to a few of you. You guys were like, yes, we want to begin. And we will also like, acha chalo, let's see, dekhte hain, how is the experience. And it's been beautiful journey. I mean, for each of us. So that's how our journey started. So Chandni, thank you so much. I have probably never gone back and told you, but I think you were the person who probably stirred something inside of me. So, and listening to both of you. So, guys, I have a corporate experience of around 7 years plus. So, and then I was talking to a friend of mine, Shrikar, and I happily borrow the term from him. So, a corporate dropout. And today I'm an author, I'm a life coach, I'm a facilitator, and I love to connect with people. And that's exactly what I'm doing, even with this, Thursday live sessions. So, Chandi, so I told the viewers that today's session is very special. So, Chandi is the person who actually helped us start with all of this. And Chandi is the person who gave today's topic. So, believe me, Chandni, so much I had to think about, what does this topic, what is this all about? So, I want to ask you that why did you choose this topic, harmony? How? Why?
Yeah, so again, I don't know, it may sound to everybody that we are just kind of, praising back and forth each other. But, it did start with coaching circle. And the first session, the first exercise, I think that was the first exercise of, trying to find the life purpose. And I was very surprised with harmony as my life purpose, with all the exercise and all the questions that we answered, and the statement came as harmony being my life purpose. And I was actually questioning that is it just I've done it just for the exercise and just for this session, or is it really it? Do I need to do it again to really see? Maybe there are other things that I value more actually, I think other things are also very important. So how come this? And borrowing your term, then what came to me was suddenly mom. My mom has been a person who, she wouldn't probably put it like harmony, but she was like no conflict, avoiding conflict, bringing everybody together. And even if we had a small place, so but she would still, and we would be like, इतने सारे लोगों को क्यों बुलाना है? We'll call them, batches में कि we call these cousins this time, and then she's like, नहीं, we'll call everybody. It's, everybody together will be better and fun, and जगह उसमें उतना पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि जगह कम है, ये है वो. And so that is what it is. And if you look at some of the pictures also, which we have taken, of course, getting togethers, most of the pictures, or many pictures, you will find her not looking at the camera but looking at us, or or if the kids are there in the picture, looking at the kids. So she used to really find joy in that, and somehow that made me feel that was harmony. And then I was obviously thinking about it a lot more, and what came to me, there were few things that came to me very strongly. I feel harmony is definitely peace for me. It is definitely balance. It is things falling in place, like you all said, that I kind of kindled something in Somrita while I was trying to find out something for myself. Then just Jaya came into the picture, and then things started, and then I was also looking at something, and this came in, so I also kind of, got on to it. So things falling in place is what came to me first. Then what kind of things? Is it only similar things? Is it only same kind of people, same thoughts? But then I and my husband also came together. And it's quite harmonious. Yeah. So I think harmony is when things fall into place. And like a puzzle, even if the figures or the pieces are not the same type or same measurement, or even if they are different, once they kind of come together and fall together, or mingle together and make the complete puzzle, I think that is what harmony is. So even if opposites come together, even if different things come together, masculine and feminine come together energy wise, or excitement and routine come together. So all of that really coming together and completing the puzzle is what I feel harmony is for me. And I can see it in many places. I can see it in various things now, especially after I kind of looked at it as harmony. I can relate it to a lot of my old experiences. I can relate it to my experiences in my professional life and my personal life, within me, so in nature. So I think that is what it's kind of omni present kind of a thing. Of course, disharmony is there, and that is very important for new harmony. But
Wow.
it's falling in place is what I feel is harmony for me.
Wow.
What you guys thought of it?
Whoa, that was amazing, Chandni. And what you remind me of is the mosaic designs. The pieces are so different, but once they come in like put together, there's such a beautiful harmony of design that comes up. And wow, and I now I can actually see my whole life the way you just described it. All those pieces were so different, but that is what has made me what I am today, and that's how I am my being of in sync. Wow, thank you so much for this. So this is what is about harmony to me, and I think that's beautifully came out for me. That my pieces of my life chapters, and Smita is here, so I'm going to borrow that from Smita, that she calls it in one of her introductions. She has said that I am a story in a page of my life of adventures, pages of my life adventures. So those are those pages which are coming together and coming to sync to help me be what I am and spread this ripple effect along with the people that I come along with, and that's what is coaching circles are all about, helping people be there for where they are and take us. I was sharing this some conversation with Somrita today, and that's where it came out. Like uh, to give that space, and then you take the flight, and how far you want to soar in the high sky, it's up to you. So that's what we are looking at, each one
Wow.
of us, to soar in the high skies. And sky's the limit, girls. We are going to rock it for sure. So, Smita. Hi, Smita.
Hey, thank you. So there are more
Hi.
people joining in our Zoom call also, and some lovely people. So welcome, hi, and of course hi to all of you who are watching us on Facebook. So by the time I tell all of you about what harmony means to me, if I had to ask each of the viewer, whoever is watching us right now, if I had to ask what does harmony mean to you, what would you say? Maybe in a couple of words, or maybe a short sentence max. So tell me, type it out, and I'll read it out for you. So Charni, when you gave the topic of harmony, so I was like, कि, it it made me feel something, and I was like very uncomfortable. कि how come मेरे life purpose या मेरे values में harmony क्यों नहीं है? You know, why is it that this term hasn't hit me like really hard the way it is hitting me right now? And I was like looking for answers. I actually went to Google, where Google says harmony, where it's to do with the music, musical instruments, and all of that. From there, I started binge watching some videos on harmony. And I came across this Sadhguru's video where he says that a lot of people come and tell me that oh God, my husband and my mother-in-law is so baapre, and then Sadhguru tells them, so come and stay at Isha Foundation. We'll give you good food. You can rest. Okay, we will stop all these people from coming when you are there. But the one thing which you guys will have to, then assure me of is that you will be joyful. So the question he said was that, if you are alone, are you in harmony with your own selves? Are you at peace? Because if, it's not harmony within, it cannot be outside. And then I thought, let me just sit down with myself and ask myself this question, what does harmony mean to me? And when I was just pondering it over, and I'm still pondering it over, so it's still work in progress, guys. So what came to me for harmony for me is it's love, it's joy, it's connection, it's it's like feeling happy, so I was having this discussion, with both of you. So my son and I, we put on Punjabi songs and we dance. And one of our favorite is oh ho 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 ओह तो वो हमारा फेवरेट है. And I was telling this to Chandani कि वो उतना loud music, you know, वो Bluetooth speaker में जोर से बजा के, मतलब my neighbors have never yet complained. Really sweet of them, but I'm even ready for that. But believe me, even in that loud music, the dance with my son, I feel in harmony, and that is what matters, you know, at the end of the day. So for me, it's harmony. For me, is all of this, and it's so beautiful that you know, when you find harmony within, you find harmony, you know, outside. So I'm an extrovert. I love connecting with people. I love talking. So you can see me doing all over this, shouting, hey, ho, ha. That's me. And I'm still in harmony. But when I asked this from my husband, he, you know, what does harmony? So I was still doing that external research, हाँ, तब तक. Harmony क्या है? मैं लोगों से पूछूं, फिर मैं पता लगाती हूँ कि अरे ये मेरे में क्यों नहीं आया अभी तक? You know, why haven't? So when I asked him, he said कि, you know, he feels in harmony when he's alone, with no human beings, and mostly the best is when he's in nature.
We know what you did to him.
I asked him, अरे मेरे साथ harmony नहीं feel होता. Of course, the discussion went on a different trajectory, and we talk about it. I think about husbands, we need to do a session, Jaya. But how beautiful, na? Harmony can mean different things to different people.
And we can see a lot of chat. So, I would like, you know, request you to read them. A lot of participants here on the Zoom also have said, and on the FB as well.
So, Asita has written, harmony is a beautiful amalgamation of all aspects of my life. Wow.
Wow.
All blend into each other and give me happiness and comfort and calmness. Harmony for me is being happy, completeness, fulfillment, content, acceptance, and its awareness. Wow. And I'm also waiting for all of you on Facebook. So if you had to, you know, say what does harmony mean to you, what would it be? And hi everyone, I can see my friends, Rajesh. Yeah.
And wow, this such a beautiful topic, Chandani. I am still, like, you know, in that whole contemplative mode, and I'm seeing what is coming to me, and I've shared in the chat box also. And what was also connecting for me was that I also feel from this aspect of, like, you know, where my mind, body, soul, all of them are in sync as well. And that's the time when I do my creative space, my coloring, my colors are there. I think that's the most beautiful space for me. Like literally hammer कर रहा होगा, drill कर रहा होगा कोई बाहर, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. When I'm with my colors, I am with them, and I think that is harmony and in peace. Like, all of the three are in sync with me. Feeling, thoughts, action, everything is there. Like, you know, being in the moment of that thing that I do, and that is such a beautiful, peaceful space for me to be in harmony. I think that is what is harmony to me. And thank you for bringing so many facets of harmony. We've talked with different people sharing their insights. You share yours. I would like you to bring in, like, you know, some more of, like, you know, how would you take it in a relationship? If you were to help me, like, you know, what Somrita was bringing out, like, you know, husband. मेरे साथ नहीं होता है क्या? And I when I was exploring it with this, my husband, and I remember that, like, you know, for me, it is like when we go for these long walks, when we are sitting beside the beach, and we are, like, you know, watching the waves, and we're talking, and I think that is something what is again harmony in my relationship with my husband. So I would love to know yours, like, you know, what are your moments of harmony in different relationships?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I would like to differ a little bit here. Of course, harmony is when you are, you know, within you, and that is one aspect of, you know, seeing harmony. That is, you know, you have acceptance. You are aware of your shortcomings, and or what are things that motivate you, or what are the things that give you joy, and being aware and being accepting of all that. But I also feel that harmony is outside as well. So from our relationships, from the workspaces, So environment is going through a lot of disharmony right now. So actually it is there as well. And I feel that harmony is something that we can kind of try to get to that if we have certain mind spaces.
Yeah.
So one is harmony for us, and one is what we bring to the environment where we are in, whether that's in the office, whether that's our personal relationships, or the parenting space, or dealing with the elderly in the family. So those are also places where we can kind of try to seek harmony by. First is this thought of like what I said, that me and my husband also got together. So what I meant was that we are two very different people, you know and he's more energetic and more, if people are from psychology background, A type personality, so very time oriented, very work oriented, very action oriented. And I, on the other side, is B type, who are slow at their pace, not very, like he would talk about time in terms of 9 minutes and 17 minutes and all that. I'm like, 17 minutes kya hota hai yaar? Ya 15 hota hai ya 20 hota hai? I'm that kind of person who's not. Yeah, so opposing is also okay. You would have harmony even with the opposites. The thing or the condition probably would be that you value both. Disharmony is when we value one thing, when we value in maybe the work space where we are, where we value the go-getter and the achiever and deadline driven and that kind of a person. That person is very, very useful, definitely, quick decisions and all of that. But also equally important and equally valuable is a person who probably takes time, reflects on things, takes time to process things in a holistic way and then goes ahead. So in the workspace, we can be more harmonious if we value the different roles and the different characteristics of people and find usefulness in their value and appreciate that. Even if we are not able to find it in the beginning, at least be aware of it, that it would have some value. It's just that I haven't found it. That is why. Second, I feel brings in a lot of harmony or helps in achieving harmony is acceptance. Accepting this thing that people have different values. So a lot of acceptance of that. People do things different ways, not good or bad ways, but different ways. So instead of measuring it with right, wrong, and good and bad, if we just measure it with different than my way, so I think that brings in a lot of harmony for us as well as in relationships. And patience. A lot of times we do not understand things in the beginning and we kind of get into action, because as a society also we are kind of encouraging a lot of that you have to take action and you have to give 100% and do it quick and all that. We don't really take time to understand things, understand the person, give that person time to really understand themselves, because sometimes they are probably going through a lot of disharmony within and we need to probably give them that time and space. And a lot of times I also feel another thing that really helps me to keep harmony around me and within me is that when I see that somebody is probably going in a space where they're talking bad about another person, I try not to ripple it. I try to kind of just shock absorber. So I just kind of try to stop it. I try to go in the zone mentally that this person is probably going through something and they want to let out, and I'm just being a let out space for them. And I just want to put a full stop there. I don't want to then carry it on and what she said about you, or what she told about that person, and I don't want to do that, because that is another way to kind of really cut down the disharmony that people might be probably going through or facing, or so that is another important thing which personally I feel works for me. It could probably work for you. And a thought could be for everybody to see how you can, because disharmony is going to happen. It is there in the nature. You have masculine and feminine both energies. So if harmony had to be with just one, then nature would have made only one. But there are two energies. So, and it is important to understand that disharmony is something which will bring something new, but it has to be controlled. It doesn't have to be raising a havoc or something. And for those controls, maybe cutting it down, not letting it spread, um, having patience with yourself and others. So all of that is something which is going to bring it down to a manageable level, as we talk about in EI as well, with emotions. So that's, yeah, yin and yang, somebody's put there. Yes, Mata.
Meta.
That's another way to understand that both have equal importance, both roles, both energies, both characteristics have equal value. And once that is something we understand, then dealing with disharmony becomes easier, and we are able to center and it's not just internal. I feel it is both. It is reciprocal because we cannot be in a vacuum. No, we are in a
Yeah.
space with relationships. We are in a space with where we have to travel and we have co-travelers. We can't always find people who gel with us, or whom we will resonate with. Jaya's term. So we will have to really understand that disharmony is going to be there, but it's going to lead to something more harmonious, maybe, or a different beautiful harmony.
Wow. That's a very powerful thought, Chandni, and thanks. I think there is an answer to something which I was being really boggled about very recently. And it's again relationships which matter the most. And this phrase of yours has helped me, so thank you. This harmony is going to be there for something better to come to make it harmonious. I think I'm going to wait for that, and that is, I'm going to nurture that relationship further to see how it can be more harmonious. And a lot of takeaways. Thank you, Chandi, for sharing that. Wow, I just want to be in there and just soak this in. And a lot of shares are coming your way when I am processing all this once I've processed this thing. So thank you so much. Wow.
Glad.
It's beautiful. I think what stood out for me, Chandi, when she was sharing. So before that, I'll just read out a few wonderful chats that have come in on Zoom. So
I'm eager to hear as well.
Yeah. So Rupali says harmony for me is being content, at peace, maybe with some music, at some scenic points, mentally away from hustle bustle of life. Rupali, high five. I think I'm going to borrow that, copy paste, as is. Shameless, huh? So Smita has, pointed out few key takeaways. So take people as they are, acceptance, patience with others and self, yin yang together bring balance in nature. So, thank you so much, guys, again. So, today we were talking about harmony with a coaching circle participant, Chandni, and we spoke about what does harmony, mean to each of us. And Chandni very beautifully pointed out what we could do to probably. So, I don't know, for me, the term is how do we feel more in harmony or bring in harmony. So there is only so much that you can express in English language. So pardon that, which whatever thing comes to you, just take it as that. For me, what stood out very clear in this discussion was, for me as a person, if there is disharmony, I'm not very okay with that. क्यों disharmony हो रहा है, uncomfortable, restricted, होना चाहिए, क्यों नहीं ऐसे हो रहा है, I keep myself, asking this. And sometimes I ask this in very close relationships also. So a key takeaway from what Chandani shared today for me is disharmony will be there. So acceptance कि even disharmony होगा. But a different perspective to looking at it is कि if there is disharmony, you can still feel in harmony or bring in harmony, work towards it, change your perspective. And what again stood out for me is the importance of communication. So I think that's one of the biggest key takeaway for me. And Jaya keeps saying this: what you need gets manifested. I think I needed to hear this today, and I know Jaya needed to hear, what she said, because we were talking about this, and I know Jaya also knows where I am coming from. So it's been a beautiful session today. And Rupali says disharmony will be there for sure, but gather ourselves back, accept it, and start our path towards harmony. I think Rupali beautifully summed up, what Chandni said. So with that, we are coming towards the end of the live. We'll just wrap it up in a minute. So I
It's
would like
already
to ask.
7:35 or already 7:37. Wow. Chandni, you need to keep coming back. See, I didn't even
And so
realize the time. Usually we watch like, okay, fine, अब और बोलना है, अब और बात करना है. The time just flew by.
Okay.
And she was the one who was the most hesitant.
हाँ, and मेरा first है, so everyone मेरा first है, पता नहीं what to say, how to go about it, this and that, and these are guys are like rock stars, huh?
Yeah. I am not taking them on their face value now for sure. Chandni, you're coming back.
After Divyata, Smita,
Wow. Thank you for such beautiful shares, Chandni. I think they were they are definitely a big takeaway for me as well as our participants today who have been there on the live as well as on the Zoom platform today. So thank you for sharing that. And wow, I'm going to look forward for more.
So thank you each and everyone, those who are there on the Zoom, those who are there watching the Facebook live. I want all of you to leave with a question and invite you to stay with that thought and see what is coming to you. So the question is, where do you feel harmony or disharmony? So if it is inside your body, what are some of the thoughts that come? Where is it that you feel in the body? For example, when I was even talking about the disharmony thing, I was feeling a little constricted, a little tightening of muscles, especially in my thighs and calf, if I have to, exactly express. So, a food for thought for all of you. Where is it that you feel, harmony or disharmony, whichever is easier for you to, understand? What are some of the thoughts that come? And of course, do reach out to us with your key takeaway. I think that would be wonderful. So
there's one key takeaway which is there on the Facebook live, which is given by Sonali Banerjee. Its key point of today's session, which I got, is this: harmony will be there, but try to bring harmony and happiness is in that only. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. So the rocking point is disharmony mein harmony dhundo, which is going to be the way forward. And I think we are, as Chani was saying also in the environment. I just don't want to stop here. Let's continue. I have so much to say more. I could start all over again. I am so sorry. ये सोमृता बेचारी close कर रही है.
We could have Jaya's Harmony Part 2 by Jaya next week.
No, but these are food for thoughts from you. So you also have to be there. You remember that.
Then side में जैसे Somrita.
सारे coaching batch 1 सारे लोग आते हैं. So guys, yes. I think we will get all of them next week. I don't know what we are going to talk about, but everything will be there. And we'll have so much fun, the way we have in our sessions. It's yes. Amazing. It's such a beautiful co-learning space. Thank you, Jaya, for that word. And so much of harmony, that we find within ourselves, with each other. And wow, I think life is becoming more meaningful for me. More
absolutely.
So thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. Thank you, Chandni, for coming. Thank you, Somrita. Thank you, Smita, Rupali, Shirley, and someone on the Galaxy tab on the Zoom platform. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.